would like to start off by being unapologetic, but also saying that last night was a crazy night indeed. I got a little off the rails, went off the rails. I guess when you suppress frustration, it kind of boiled over yesterday, and I said some disparaging things and shit and whatnot. And like I said, I'm unapologetic about it, but I do acknowledge it, and I do acknowledge that I would like to progress. So with that said, it will not be any alcohol this weekend. Um, Hiatus is definitely something that's feasible and that's happening. Uh, haven't got that kind of vibe in a long time, so where I just damn passed the hell out. Just good thing I was already laying down rather than standing up. Put it like that. And but yeah, so that's not happening no more. You feel me? That's not. That was, but got a lot of stuff done in the morning. Got a lot of stuff done. And so moving forward, like I said, man, I like it. I guess my excuse would be that when I do a stream or whatever, I try to be. I find some people intolerable, so it's like, okay, I said, man, let me go ahead and get a vibe. That way, I can just go ahead and express myself without having to take on I don't know. I guess is when people they say knock the what they call it, knock the edge off or whatever. But sometimes you end up knocking the whole damn block off instead of the edge off. So that's something in the future will not be happening. I went off the rails, and if I did, I said unapologetic. But if I did apologize, it would be to myself because I carry myself better, and those who follow me consistently know that. But last night was one of those moments where there was a couple things that added into that. So now let's move forward now. So just saw a post with Dr. Umar, and Umar hit it right on the head. He was talking about the anxiety that black women carry from seeing black men with white women, and how these women be wanting a finished product when they themselves are not a finished product. You know, I guess you can almost say some of them are a finished product. You got multiple kids. We're in the start of the family. You come already pre-made with a family already and bills and this or that. She might be a finished product, but the man most certainly isn't. And you want a woman. I think, like I said this recently, 40 ain't the time to be trying to recreate yourself. 40 is the time to enjoy yourself again in life. Like most people turning 40, kids are getting ready to age out of their house. Are they gonna keep them in the house as grown ups or whatever the case may be? But most people turning 40, kids is getting ready to get up on out of the in college or whatever, however it comes about. And so to have a child late in life, you're still you still have to understand that your goal and what makes you happy is change. Like trying to find a love and some consistency within love. That's kind of not on the path of what you at right now or anymore, because you gotta focus on your happiness. I think people misconstrue love for happiness. Love is its own entity. Love is not happiness. Some people are miserable in love. So finding your peace and your happiness is a higher priority than love itself. Having said that, we have a innate um thing about ourselves where we want to have a opposite. We want to have our counterpart with us, the yin to our yang or whatever, what have you, where we want that woman's affection, that woman's love. We desire that, but at the same time, in our desire and our search to try to find that woman, we end up running across a woman who expect a finished product. And oftentimes men are not finished and complete into knowing themselves, learning themselves, and becoming their full capabilities. So for instance, uh, most people, not all people, have entrepreneur desires. you know some people have careers that they're dedicated to and say that this is my career path or and trajectory or whatever. When you want to find someone to, I guess, is in a way like, for a man to be fully great, he could be great by himself. I think the best way to put it is it's so funny because he's a polygamist, but Neo say in the Western name, I'm all good all by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. It's like you're good by yourself, but you're looking for that person that you're a force with because it's a dynamic to that where they might not help with the business, but they help with your personal life. And I've spoken this before, having that balance of work and personal life is detrimental because if you don't have that personal life balance, you're gonna consume something. So fortunately for me, I'm not on no drugs, don't do drugs, none of that shit, don't smoke, none of that. But from time to time, I will consume alcohol, and most of the time it's like moderate, like da da da. But last night is one of those freak occasions where I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about just everything, and I'm thinking about issues that are ongoing, and then it just consumed me because it was like, okay, fuck it, you know. Fortunately, I always be safe with it. I'm always in the house. I'm always, I don't like doing none of that drinking and driving, none of that silly shit. I don't even be in public. Like even if I wasn't driving, I don't even be in public because Webby said in one of his old song, being drunk and being hard is too risky. And one thing about it, niggas will beat the shit out you or kill you while you drunk. So I don't I don't never that's never gonna be a problem with me. But it's the fact period that I don't wanna I just don't wanna feel like, man, I'm running or trying to, but so anyway, last night though, the frustration was got to me. The frustration that I was going through last night was saying, "Damn, dog, this balance of women and being a black man is a unique thing because Umar called it. Everybody want a baller, this, that, and this, but they don't want to be what they're supposed to be. Like that, and the unfairness is like, how do we get here? How do like when I speak with my elderly neighbor, I say, man, these were the women. These were the women. Like that. I don't know if there need to be like. I think at some point, like we put kids through school, right? At some point, to save the younger generation, or even after school, let's just say after high school, instead of college, women should spend like 2 years in a reform school. Or when I mean by two, from 18 to 20, they need to spend that with an older lady who can model them into being a woman because they grow up and they just grow. That's all they do. They age, and then they find themselves 35, 36 with no ability, no life skills of a woman. They don't know how to balance a checkbook. They don't know how to pay their bills. They looking for some. If the man don't come pay for it, or if they don't screw somebody on the side, their lights is off. They will buy it. They'll buy $5,000 purse riding around in a $2,500 car. They on some bro really tight shit. To be honest with you, it's like just bad. It's just a whole bad way of thinking. It's an untrained way. It's a arrested development that occurs with our women, and yet they expect so much. They end up sounding like Young Miami. I need a man at least 100 million. You can't even make 10 million. Fuck is you talking about? You need a man with 100 million, bitch. What have you done in your life worthy of you being the wife of $100 million man? He made if he got 100 million. Guess what that means? That tells me he made it without you. He don't need you. He made That's the fucking problem, right? That is personifies Dr. Umar point, which is now don't get me wrong, Dr. Umar, he working that shit his own angle because that nigga staying with his mama, that nigga losing places, bad finances, fucking over the money. So his game might work particularly for him. Hey man, I'm a work in progress, this and that, this and that. I'm talking about the next level shit of a man that don't got $100 million, but he's not a bum either. Don't even got a million, but not a bum. Bitches don't want to find that man. They want the nigga that did it without them. And each level works up itself. So, for instance, a bum ass woman finds a nigga who not a millionaire, but he has something in life. Oh, that's the nigga they want. But she don't want to damn get with the nigga who got a bus pass, who stayed with his family, and he like, hey man, I got a bus pass, I stay with my family, but these are my goals. She don't want that nigga. Oh no, she want the nigga with the car, the house, maybe the apartment, and she don't even got that shit. You see how that works? I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, bro. You know what I'm saying? Broward County, Florida, 954. You did, and so the issue, basically, thank you for asking. The issue that comes about is ultimately that these women is looking for more than what they can offer, and they don't compliment that other half. Like, you gotta compliment me. You can't get with a man with $100 million and you didn't help him make or create or generate wealth, or wasn't there his emotional support, those hard nights that he had to stay up plotting and planning on what's the next step, or the financial loss that he took in the beginning of being a boss. You wasn't around that for that. Always looking for more. They never, not only always looking for more, they're never trying to give all. They always want more, but they don't want to give more. They don't want to be more. They don't want to do more. They just want that shit already handed to them. And you look at it, you know, the funny part about that is too, the other half of that is, if they do find more, oftentimes the motherfucker, the shit she will put up with. See, it's twofold. So I'm gonna talk about the money part. I'm gonna talk about the beauty part. Let's look at the beauty part. Let's talk about that first. The beauty part is, if a woman find a man to be extremely attractive, he could damn near get away with murder. Like, he could damn near get away with murder, because she's like, oh, she head over heels. Same way a man fall head over heels for a woman. He could be a bum. She'll take care of him, feed him, shit that she would have never do for another man. She'll do it. Now, that's the first aspect. But then it's the other aspect, the main aspect. The main aspect is, let's say she don't find him very attractive, but she do understand his success. Okay, she wants to date up. So him having that advantage financially, she'll let him get away. You think about the things that a man with money can say and do to these women, and they be like, oh, he treat me like shit, but they won't leave him. Cause bitch, you don't get to ride in the private jets and the Bentleys and all that shit if you leave this man. Your access to this wealth and to that lifestyle is no longer around. Doesn't matter at all. Matter is, nah, bro. Looks definitely matter, bro. Don't let nobody fool you or lie to you, bro. Looks definitely matter. And now listen, I don't get it twisted. Now you get on Facebook, bitch. It's some ugly ass nigga with some beautiful women, and they, like I said, money plays its role. But what I mean by that is, I give you an example, fool. And I don't even know how bro look, but I know this nigga was a bum. It's a nigga. I know a couple niggas like that. But my point is, I know a woman who bought a man a PlayStation 5. I'm going to always use this for the rest of my life because it got me traumatized. She bought this man a PS5 and bragged about the shit, right? This pussy hoe would not give me $1, a penny. I've accomplished 1,000 times more than that man. She'll give me the pussy. Ain't that some shit? Like, women don't value, that show you they don't value their pussy. You value your money in your pocket more than you value your pussy. Because that's the only thing me and him got in common is we both stuck our dick in you. That's it. Me and him is light years away from each other. In accomplishment and in drive and in goal oriented. Light years apart. So I say that to say, your girlfriend gifted you. That's a beautiful thing. But but you've probably done for her. This woman refused to spend a penny on me. It was almost like she was offended at the notion of giving me money. And it was so offensive when she started to try to put a framework together where she can extort or try to get money out of me. So much so that it made me get out of character, that I can't speak with her because the thoughts that come about aren't of God. So I say that to say, it's a prime example that when a woman finds a man, this is where the looks come into it. Because one thing about me, I'm not naive, bro. I personally feel I'm the most beautiful man in the world because that's how I'm built and constructed. But I do acknowledge I'm not an idiot to say that a woman is gonna say the same for me. So with that said, if you find a man that you feel is more aesthetically appealing, taller, more muscles, maybe bigger dick, motherfucker, you're gonna accommodate him. So that's what I'm ultimately saying. I'm ultimately saying that this motherfucker offended me in the worst kind of way. And then I could talk about another ex, but I'm just making an example. I had another ex who I had. Now she's. This is the funny thing about it. That's why I say the money is a tricky thing. I had an ex girlfriend. When I met her, I was doing bad. I was doing horrible. She had a job. She had an apartment. She fought for me to get a job, meaning she went on snag a job and she went to filling out applications for me. And I end up getting matter of fact, she had two jobs when I met her. Freaking I end up getting a job and she quit both of her jobs. She's like, "Oh, you got a job now? You can work." Say, like, what? I say that to say the next guy come along and she told this nigga you ain't never gotta work. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's what I mean by that. Like, looks does play a role in how a woman perceives you. It's a little bit more than just looks. It's persona. It's like, let's say you got a dominating personality and you like, you gonna do this, you gonna do that. Then that plays a role too. But if you just like passive and you like, I ain't finna press you about it, this, that, a bitch will run you over all day. Anyway, what happened to your ex then? Which one? Which ex? You could talk with your girl about your problems. Maybe she understand. No, no, bro. I try. So the recent one who I spoke with, listen, the recent one, I wouldn't even consider her an ex. I consider her. She finessed me, bro. I'm just be honest with you. I've been shaking back from it because I felt like a kid again, and I'm too old to be feeling like a kid. She finessed me so goddamn bad that I had to get away. Well, she got away from me, but I had to keep away from her because she tries to call me and I try to stay separate. I really try to pretend she don't exist because bad thoughts come to my head because I haven't been finessed like that in a long time. You feel me? And she finessed the shit out of me. And so it's like I say that to say I tried to correct her in the error of her ways. I spoke to her and I same thing I'm telling you. I pleaded to her. I'm like, yo, you got me down there begging you for money. I don't need the money. It's symbolic. Symbolic mean help me. Help me. We're a team. Help me. You haven't given me $1. You gave another nigga 500 fucking dollar system to what? And the nigga is in prison now. Like you know how there's this the meaning that shit is to me. You telling me this nigga is on my level, all accomplishments, all the back busting fucking work I did to put my life together and be appeasing fucking for myself, for my child, and for if I meet my counterpart. All that shit doesn't mean shit at the end of the day because a bitch will fucking find a bum ass nigga to lift this man up like Simba and then tell me, hey, can you hold me up while I hold the next nigga up? This is this is why as a child I learned this lesson early. I never would give a female money. I would get a chick a gift. And I understand if I give you the gift, I'm not gonna be an Indian giver about it. But give you money, I never, because I always was in fear that a woman would. I know women do stupid shit. Take my money and give it to the next man. Then now that money has just got you X'd out. So I always avoided those situations. So I pleaded with this woman. I pleaded time and time. Hey, please, you're gonna have to contribute. You're gonna have to. You're getting money. You're greedy. And what do you do with your money? Stupid shit. And I am trying to establish even a better life. Something that if we don't work out, you can actually leave the relationship with something. We ain't talking about marriage and a divorce where you get a settlement or nothing. We're talking about exes who have participated with me in sharing. When the relationship was over, they had something. Like I've had exes where The relationship, we benefited from each other because nobody was a burden to the other. So when the relationship was over, they was able to look at what they accumulated. Versus you leave a relationship, you ain't got shit. You starting at the same point that you started with. So that's what I'm saying, bro. And so let me see. Yeah, so ultimately, that's the frustrating part where it's like, yo, man, what are you doing? You're trying to finesse me. You're trying to pimp me. That's disrespectful. That's you would never ask the next man for what you're asking from me, and then you want to get up in my face and smile and shit. Like, yeah, that's all I can say about that shit, bro. Where where you just try to tell a person, it's kind of like that 50 Cent shit when he said to Puffy, man, get away from me before I mess up this whole way. Like, it's like I tell a bitch, get away from me, dog. You gonna make me fuck up like my whole life. Get away from me. Stay away from me. You've offended me beyond comprehension. You feel me? Like, we have literal beyond irreconcilable differences. You have to make yourself as minuscule as possible, and your footsteps need to be non-existent, meaning that I don't need to know you exist for the best of both of us, because you've disrespected me so bad that I am reconstructing my brain. Like when you let's talk about, speaking of PlayStation, when you improperly shut it off and then it has to reconstruct itself. It can't just power back on. It gotta rebuild the database. I'm rebuilding my database because I realized that for me to have happiness moving forward, it's not just happiness of random sex and random women, and it's not about that. It's about, I need a cognitive mind where I feel I can, first of all, I need to learn what kind of tastes I have. Like, do I want to try to pursue white women? Do I want to try to pursue women only in their 40s, or will I go to the 30s and possibly 20s? You feel me? So, like, these are the things that I need to relearn and reevaluate, because I don't, at this point, I've been, like I said, bro, I was, imagine just out of nowhere, somebody come into your life, they sauce you the fuck up. Oh my God. Sauce you up, act like you just the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then out of nowhere, take a shit on you. And it's like, what? The funny thing, I never cried about it. It never invoked no tears or nothing. It just was a matter of shock. I was in a state of shock. I've been so much in the state of shock. I haven't had sex all fucking year. Matter of fact, and it's so funny. I kind of went on a pattern where one of the women, she went in my. I don't even know. I wouldn't consider me having no exes outside of my baby mama. Like, my baby mama is my last ex. That was my girlfriend. You know why? Because if you look at the word, it's called girlfriend. I haven't had a woman that's my friend in a long time. You feel me? Like, my baby mama was once upon a time my friend. And so it's like I've had bitches that just hung around, you feel me? And whatnot. But I haven't had a girlfriend in at least, what, 3 years. So it's just been a cycle of women and a pattern of women that come, hang around, and then they become intolerable, and then they have to go. And so, yeah, that's pretty much been the pattern. So I really don't have no exes. The one who I said had a guy that came in, I mean, the one I said quit her job, she was a girlfriend, because she brought me in under my fucked up circumstance. And then she helped me better myself. Now, she quit on my ass and was like, bitch, I'm finna stay at home. But needless to say, she did help me better myself. And matter of fact, she indirectly led me to meet my next girlfriend after her. So, that was an actual friend. Even so much so that when she got with a new guy, well, she got with another guy after that, and that didn't go so well. But the guy that she been with has been the longest tenure. And one time he blacked her eye, and I seen her come to my job, and she had on shades. And I'm like, man, what's up, man? And she trying to get this guy some liquor and buy this guy some liquor and shit. And I came and stepped out that shit had me feeling. I was in my feelings about that shit. Cause that was my little boo boo. I know she got a fucking attitude that'll make a nigga kick her. I get it, but you just don't like to see that for nobody that you cared about. So it's like she had on shades, and I'm like, man, I pulled down her shades and she. No, I tried to pull down her shade. She slapped my hand. She said, "Stop playing with me, Chris. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me." And I'm like, man. I said, "All right, you right, you right." And so I held it. And then when I seen food, I stepped the food in a gentleman-like manner. And I was like, "Hey, bro, check it out, fam." I said, "You probably don't know this, but your people's, she real cool. She's a wonderful woman. And a man has to appreciate all of the great qualities about her." I said, "She has a mouth that can cut deep. She will fucking even do shit to provoke you. Call herself calling a nigga in your face. She gonna do it at least in your face. She ain't gonna do it behind your back. She gonna say some things that gets under a man has to be thick skinned to deal with her. But what a man doesn't need to be doing is whooping her ass, because there you can just walk away. A person could just walk away and leave her alone and say, you know what, she has that personality that's conducive to that. And fam was like, you. I think he even called me sir out of just respect. And he was like, yes sir. And gave fam a doubt. And ever since then, no more black eyes. And I see them looking happy when they be out in public. And I was real happy about that. You feel me? So but that was a girlfriend. That's my like one of my throwback friends. You feel me? So like I said, it's been a cycle more so that I'm gonna have to get used to. And Dr. Umar compelled me to come on and talk about this kind of talk, um, which is women be wanting a finished product. It's like this, and I wrap it up like this. It's no in betweens with these women. They either want a bum ass nigga or they want a rich ass nigga. That's the confusing part. It's trying to find your way in the shuffle. Where are you at in life? Because like I said, man, I'm almost giving no option but to be a hoe. But I don't want to be a ratchet one. If that make any sense, it's like I don't want to fuck no more ratchet women. I don't believe. That's why I've done my best in the last few months of ducking ratchet women. Like I could smell it from a mile away, and I say nope, nope, I'll pass. I choose celibacy and porn over that shit. No way. And so you know, yeah. Anyway, if this benefited somebody, I hope it did. Like I said about my stream last night, it is what it is. I'll come back on later with some subjects to actually speak on, some newsworthy subjects. If any developments happen through the day in entertainment that's worth speaking on. Um, yeah, y'all take care, man. That.